Vegetables are an excellent source of vitamins and minerals that the human body needs to survive. Some vegetables are better at providing those nutrients than others. Insert stock image here. Hello everybody. It is I, the GOAT, here to provide you with which vegetables are the worst or the best at providing you with those essential nutrients. Everything I say is just my opinion. I am not a medical professional, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'll try not to be biased as well. Any vegetable you eat will always provide you with nutrients, no matter what. There are no bad vegetables, it's just some are better than others. I'll be talking about 25 different vegetables in this video. And the vegetables that I will be talking about are artichoke, asparagus, beans, bell peppers, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, corn, cucumbers, garlic, ginger, green beans, kale, leeks, lettuce, mushrooms, onions, peas, potatoes, spinach, yams, and zucchinis. I will also like to mention that the vegetables that need to be cooked will be cooked if needed. For example, eating raw beans is not a good idea. So to make things a little bit more fair, everything that needs to be eaten cooked will be cooked. And if you can't eat it raw, it'll just be raw. I will also try to be going off of 100 grams per serving. And with all of that out of the way, and hoping I'm not forgetting anything important, let's get started. Starting off in alphabetical order, we have artichokes. Artichokes aren't specialized in one area. They tackle a wide area of nutrients: potassium, magnesium, vitamin C, folate, etc. Those are the nutrients with the larger numbers, but it does have all the other vitamins not worth noting. I know it says 120 grams serving size, but it's pretty much what you would get for 100 grams. I just couldn't find a better picture. Artichokes are good for heart health, digestion, liver health, immune system, and blood sugar. There's definitely some downsides to artichokes, but nothing terrible. What you're gonna notice with a lot of downsides for these vegetables are gas and bloating and allergies. Those were just very common side effects I noticed with most vegetables. You will know what you're allergic to, so just be careful with what you eat. But artichokes are definitely a solid vegetable for nutrients, and they get the first A tier. I'll fix the list in the end if I ever feel like I put something in the wrong place, but for now, artichokes are A. The next vegetable we have is asparagus. Asparagus has a good amount of iron, folate, thiamine, etc. Asparagus have a lot of vitamins for 100 grams while having only 22 calories. It says 22 kcal. I'm just going to assume that means calories, but if you know what kcal means, please tell me. Hopefully I'm not spreading misinformation. My favorite pastime. Either way, asparagus is going to be really good for your health. Anti-inflammatory, good for your blood pressure, digestive health, cancer prevention, etc. Downsides to asparagus is gas and bloating plus allergies again, plus making your piss smell terrible, and how well your body gets rid of lithium. I don't know exactly what that means, but apparently lithium is a mood stabilizer in your body, which is pretty neat. But if those are the only downsides, this is definitely a high tier vegetable. I want to be a little harsh with how I grade these, so I won't give it an S tier just yet. I might change it, but it's at least an A tier. I'll put it above artichokes. Technically a vegetable, we have beans. Beans like pinto beans, black beans, etc. I do have green beans later down the list, but I feel like it's different enough to be in its own section. Beans have crazy stats: high in calories, potassium, carbohydrates, fiber, protein, iron, vitamin B6, C, magnesium, etc. There's a reason why vegans/vegetarians eat a lot of beans, because there's only a few vegetables that contain a lot of protein. It's good for your bone health, heart health, digestion, blood sugar, weight management, and more. There's a bunch of different beans, so stats may vary, but either way, beans are a very healthy choice. Gas, bloating, and allergies, of course, are a downside, but there's a good amount of downsides, but that's usually non-existent when cooked. Eating the beans raw is not a good idea, remember that. They are very versatile, being used in many different recipes, and for that, I think beans should get the first S tier. The next vegetable we have is bell peppers. Something you might notice is how high the vitamin C is. Vitamin B6 is pretty good, but nothing too worth noting. The vitamin C is higher than oranges. Bell peppers are good for cardiovascular, digestive, and skin health, cancer prevention, etc. I don't even know if I should mention gas and bloating anymore, and allergies, because that's pretty much in almost every single vegetable. Bell peppers do give you heartburn, and is bad for people with IBS and acid reflux. It can also cause skin irritation due to the capsaicin. Capsaicin is the thing that makes things spicy, by the way. Honestly, it's a little unfair for bell peppers because you usually wouldn't eat it by itself. It's very good in recipes, but nutritionally wise, it gets a C tier. I think there are vegetables that do things worse than bell peppers, so I won't put it in D tier. But bell peppers are at least strong in some aspects, which is why they get the C tier. The next vegetable we have is broccoli. I feel like I don't even need to talk about broccoli because I think we all know where this is going to end up. But either way, the vitamins it contains is crazy. Vitamin K, C, B9, B5, B6, E, A, B2, all are great. The other vitamins are just alright, nothing too crazy, but having all those vitamins and minerals are nice to have. Broccoli pretty much does everything. The only main downside is be careful eating broccoli when you're taking blood thinning medication. Other than that, broccoli pretty much does everything for you while not harming you in any way. Broccoli will probably pay your taxes if it can. And for that, top of S tier. But is there going to be a vegetable better than broccoli? The next vegetable we have is Brussels sprouts. As much as I may dislike Brussels sprouts, they are very good for you. Here's stats off USDA, and I couldn't find a cool image with all those stats, so here's one off Stutter Shock Images instead. Digestion, inflammation, diabetes, cancer prevention. Brussels sprouts helps in all of that and more. Just like broccoli, they can be bad for people using blood thinning medication. Can mess with iodine absorption, which iodine pretty much means it's important for brain and bone development. Plus, Brussels sprouts are a choking hazard for children, but who cares about that? But either way, Brussels sprouts are still very good for you, but I'll put it above asparagus in A tier. The next vegetable we have is cabbage. Cabbage is pretty lackluster in nutrients. It's pretty good in vitamin K and C, but that's about it. Cabbage does help manage diabetes, stronger bones, improve the immune system, reduce risk of heart disease, reduces inflammation, improve digestion, and other stuff. Cabbage has pretty much the same downsides as Brussels sprouts, but without all of the nutrients. Cabbage gets a high C tier, above bell peppers, but at least cabbage isn't the worst. We'll get to some worse vegetables soon. We now move on to carrots. Carrots aren't too crazy in nutrients. They are high in vitamin A, but nothing else is too worth noting. Digestive health, weight management, bone health, etc. Carrots helps you in all of that. The vitamin A in carrots does help in maintaining eye health as well. It does not make your vision better, sadly. Carrots eaten in large amounts can lower your blood sugar levels and can turn your skin yellow due to the high beta-carotene levels. Honestly, the downsides aren't too bad, but it's just interesting to know. Carrots aren't the best, they're not the worst. B tier. The next vegetable will be cauliflower. Cauliflower, like carrots, isn't too impressive, but they do have a good vitamin C level. It's good in other vitamins too, more than carrots, so keep that in mind. Cancer prevention, aids in weight loss, boosts immunity, digestive health, weight management, strengthen bones, etc. Cauliflower does have a bit worse downsides than carrots, but nothing terrible. Kidney stones sounds terrible. I don't want kidney stones, so cauliflower gets a B tier, just below carrots, but barely. I honestly don't know how passionate people feel about vegetables, so hopefully no one gets mad at me of my placements. The next vegetable we have will be celery. Celery is 95% water, and it's pretty much the closest thing to eating nothing. You're eating hairy water at that point. Celery has nutrients, but not enough. It does have a lot of benefits like weight loss, reduce inflammation, gut health, etc. Downsides worth noting is celery can actually make your skin more sensitive to sunlight, which is very interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing. But honestly, in my opinion, celery gets a D tier. It's the closest thing you could get to eating air. But just because you're eating nothing doesn't mean it doesn't have its own benefits. It's a snack you can eat to lose weight, as it will make you feel like you're eating something while barely having any calories. You can eat the celery with peanut butter if you want it to be more tolerable. The main problem for me is that celery just doesn't have enough nutrients to back it up, which is why I put it in D tier. But that doesn't mean celery is terrible. We now move on to corn. Corn has decent stats, being broad in its nutrition but nothing worth noting. An interesting benefit of corn is it helps prevent anemia, which I haven't seen from most vegetables. It's a pretty rare trait, I guess, unless I missed something. Corn also boosts energy, improves cholesterol levels, prevents chronic diseases, high in protein, etc. Downsides is corn can be contaminated by fungi, but I'm not gonna knock corn on that because pretty much every fruit or vegetable can have that problem too, so it's not really corn's fault. It just causes blood sugar to spike, which is the main problem. Other than that, there isn't too many problems about corn, but in my opinion, corn gets a comfortable B tier. It doesn't excel in one aspect, but it provides a good amount of vitamins. Up next, we have cucumbers. Cucumbers aren't impressive, sadly. As much as I love cucumbers, I can't be biased. Cucumbers do have a bunch of benefits like bone health, heart health, hydration, etc. Downsides lead to electrolyte imbalance, coagulation in the blood, etc. Cucumbers is very tasty in my opinion, but that doesn't change the fact they get a C tier. It does get the highest of C tiers in my opinion though. The benefits are nothing to write off. Up next in the Amaryllidaceae family, we have garlic. This isn't going to be fair for garlic as it's usually not eaten by itself, but it must be done. Contains some nutrients, but not a lot. And yes, it says 9 grams in the picture, but that's because no one eats 100 grams of garlic. It does contain 6.4 grams of protein per 100 grams, which is more than some vegetables. The benefits garlic provides are really good on the other hand. Immunity, inflammation, anti-cancer, bone health, longevity, etc. Garlic can cause skin irritation and make you have stank-ass breath. Garlic gets the lowest of C tiers, sadly, as the nutrients are lacking. But garlic is normally used in many different recipes, which would boost its performance. Moving on to ginger. Again, this isn't gonna be fair for ginger. Vitamins are lackluster to say the least. Benefits of ginger can help prevent diabetes, nausea and vomiting, anti-inflammatory, cancer prevention, etc. Garlic does have the property of anti-platelet properties that can make it easier to bleed, heartburn, and some cardiovascular issues, but nothing terrible. Ginger ale is very good though. Ginger gets a C tier below garlic. The reason I'm not putting them in D tier is because they actually have a lot of benefits, but they're just lacking the nutrients. But usually wouldn't eat them for nutrients in the first place, unlike other vegetables we will be getting to soon. We now move on to green beans. Some of the vegetables I couldn't find a cool little chart, so just doing some research on my own. Green beans ain't all that bad. Good source of vitamin A, C, K, has good fiber, potassium, magnesium, stuff like that. Green beans are good for heart and bone health, immune system support, weight management, blood sugar, etc. Downsides are green beans have added salt, which can increase heart disease. It also makes your body not absorb calcium and zinc. Green beans get a high B tier. Moving on, we have kale. Kale is packed with nutrients, having pretty much everything you need. Benefits contain anti-inflammatory, brain development, healthy vision, heart support, cancer prevention, etc. Downsides of kale is it can interfere with blood thinners, just like broccoli and Brussels sprouts, beta blockers, which makes you a sigma, and goiter, I don't know how to pronounce that word, which can interfere with iodine uptake. Kale is just so nutritious that it pretty much makes the downsides worth it. Kale gets an S tier below broccoli. A quick tip, if you don't like kale, just blend it up in whatever smoothie you like and just chug it, just to get all those nutrients. Or just take multivitamins, that does pretty much the same thing. The next vegetable we have is leeks. Leeks have an average amount of vitamins, but nothing too special. It's good for cardiovascular health, immune system support, bone health, etc. Leeks do cause skin irritation and makes kidney stones worse. Leeks are the most average vegetable in my opinion. I'll give them the highest of C tier. Doesn't do anything better than others. We now move on to what I think is the worst vegetable, lettuce. Might be an unpopular opinion, but lettuce sucks nutritionally wise and just in general. Lettuce doesn't do anything impressive. It is good in whatever that says and vitamin A, but that's about it. Benefits include bone strength, hydration, improved vision, improved sleep, etc. Downsides include contracting dermatitis, foodborne illnesses and outbreaks. Lettuce has been the site of foodborne illness outbreaks, a multi-state E. coli outbreak in 2018, but I'm not going to count that for lettuce. It just happens to be lettuce more than other vegetables. The reason why lettuce sucks though is because it adds pretty much nothing. Maybe some lettuces are better than others, but I don't care about lettuce. It's never been something I want on burgers or sandwiches. It doesn't add a satisfying crunch, it makes the experience worse. I've always been a lettuce hater, and I will continue to be a lettuce hater. I hate lettuce, and I would give it an F tier if I could, but bottom of D tier. Moving on from that disgraceful excuse of a vegetable, we have mushrooms. There's hundreds of different mushrooms, so it's kind of hard to tell which one's the best. Mushrooms like shiitake, lobster mushrooms, chicken of the woods, those are mushrooms that are edible and provide good nutrients. The benefits help with brain health, heart health, weight management, anti-inflammatory, etc. These are the downsides of eating a bad mushroom. If you're out in the wild and eat the wrong mushroom, you'll die, so keep that in mind. Mushrooms are good for your health, but just be careful with what you pick. Mushrooms get a low A tier. Next, we've got onions. Onions don't do anything special nutritionally wise. It does help with heart health, digestion, managing diabetes, helps against cancer, bone health, and a lot more. Downsides are very similar to a lot of the other vegetables. Onions get a C tier. It's an unfair matchup, but that's the way things go sometimes. We are now down to our final 5 contestants. Will there be anything better than broccoli? Or will it reign supreme as the greatest vegetable? Find out after this sentence. We are now on to peas. Peas are comparable to beans, believe it or not. And if you know where the beans were placed on this list, you probably know where peas will be on the list. Peas are great for weight management, protein, heart health, digestion, stomach cancer, etc. The downsides to peas are pretty much similar to all of the other vegetables, but either way, peas get an S tier. I would put it below beans though, because I feel like beans are way more versatile. In number 4, we have potatoes. Potatoes have very solid stats, very high in the mineral department. Potatoes are good for heart health, gastrointestinal health, cancer, etc. Downsides is potatoes have high glycemic index, nutrient imbalance, high blood pressure, etc. Potatoes aren't the best, but they're, in my opinion, the most versatile vegetable. Just for being so versatile, I would give them the highest of B tiers, maybe even an A tier. I'm not too sure yet. Potatoes are pretty much the chicken of vegetables. In number 3, we have spinach. Spinach is what lettuce wishes it could have been. Spinach is comparable to kale in how packed with nutrients it is. Insane vitamin K, good amount of vitamin A, B9, C, B2, E, B6, B1, with minerals being nice as well. Spinach benefits eye, bone, digestive, and heart health, and skin health. The main downside of spinach is it limits calcium absorption, and if you have kidney stones, it can make things a little bit worse. Spinach, in my opinion, is the closest thing to reach broccoli's level. They're both packed with vitamins and minerals. Spinach is easier to blend into smoothies, so keep that in mind if you just want to chug it for the nutrients. I honestly think they're both amazing options, but the reason why I would put broccoli just a bit higher is because broccoli is more versatile than spinach in my opinion. But either way, S tier. Number 2. Yams. Yams are a pretty solid vegetable. Stats are nothing too special. It helps with heart health, digestive, boosts brain health, etc. Downsides of yams usually come from raw yams, but that's mitigated when cooked. Otherwise, downsides are just like most vegetables. Nothing too special about yams, so a low B tier. A good solid choice, and I want to see my family already. And the final vegetable we have is zucchini. Ending the tier list highly. Zucchinis are very nutritious. I honestly wish the USDA page showed more of the stats. It doesn't show all the vitamins and minerals, but either way, they're good for the ones it shows here. Helps with digestive health, heart health, eye health, etc. Zucchini's downsides are nothing worth noting, just like most other vegetables. Zucchinis are a very solid choice, and for that, they get low A tier. You have now reached the tier list section of the video, and the end. This is my final tier list that I think works. Let me know what you think, if you agree with me or not. If you learned something new or have enjoyed, like and subscribe. That'll only help my ego. And with all of that begging out of the way, thank you guys. You're the real goats. Bye bye.